And there we are, instantly live. So here we go. I am at Seoul Incheon. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. International Airport, leaving South Korea and heading to Tokyo. But I made a bit of a mistake, so I'm gonna set this up so I can tell you guys all about it. This is gonna be my last live stream from South Korea. I just wanted to do a little bit of a live stream to thank all of the new people who have joined the channel recently and say hello to you guys and to all the regular viewers. So let's see if I can find a spot to place this. It's just okay. So let me set this down, and then we're gonna talk about how I kind of messed up. This sucks just a little bit, but I'm hoping we'll be able to fix it. So here we go. I'm just gonna tell you what. I'm just gonna set things down right here. So all right, I'm gonna place the camera right here. There we go. Maybe set my camera behind it. And there we are. So we are live from Seoul, South Korea. Hello, everybody who is just tuning in now. I I messed up, and it's such an amateur thing that I did. So okay, so for those of you who don't know, for those of you who are just joining in now, I have been in Seoul, South Korea for about the last 48 hours. I came out here to visit a friend named Charla, who is a YouTuber who lived in Japan for like 12 years and just moved to South Korea like 3 months ago. And today's the last day. I am heading off to Tokyo. My flight leaves in about an hour and a half. But you see, I kind of messed up. So I want to start with the story side of things. I'm vlogging the whole thing, so the finale, how it all turns out, is probably going to be in the vlog of me leaving South Korea. I didn't lose anything this time, but you see, I'm very accustomed to traveling domestically. I rarely travel internationally, and if I do, it's back and forth to Canada. And so, ah, yeah, I am just sitting here. Okay, so here's the situation. It's embarrassing, but I want to share it with you guys. It's so amateur. I wasn't planning on checking any luggage, so I had packed everything as if it was to be carry-on, which is completely fine because carry-on you don't have to worry about like so many things. There's not as many restrictions oddly with carry-on luggage other than liquids and all that. I'm not carrying any liquids, but what I am carrying with me is a drone. And along with the drone, there are batteries, and the batteries are large, and you cannot check that. And I was like, as I got up to the gate, I was like, you know what? It might be easier if I just check my luggage, completely forgetting that the drone was in the suitcase and not the backpack. I checked it. I was ready to go in and get all like checked out through everything. And I saw the thing like drones and batteries and all that, and how it cannot be in the checked luggage, and how they'll probably take it away. And I'm like, oh no. Oh no, I left the drone and a rather large portable battery in that thing, and I was like, "Oh, I got to get it back." So I went up to them and I was like, "Yeah, is there any way that I can get back my suitcase so I can get this drone battery out of it?" And they were like, "Oh, yeah, we're not entirely sure." So they processed a bunch of stuff on the computer as they usually do, and they're like, "You're gonna have to go to your gate." So I'm sitting at the gate now, and they're like, "You're gonna have to ask them for your luggage, but be aware, there's a good chance they may have taken it away," which will really suck, because the battery alone for the drones are like 120 bucks. So, not to mention, if they take the drone itself, that's like at the time of purchase was like 800 bucks. And it's such an amateur mistake. It's such a stupid thing to do. Like, you know that you don't check a drone into your checked luggage. So, yeah, I don't know what'll cheer me up right now. I'll figure something out. Hop or grab some coffee or something. Just try and do anything I can to just get my mind off it, because they're not actually going to be at the gate. It is 12:51 right now. They're like, they'll probably arrive at the gate at like 1:20, 1:30. So, and yes, that's that's what happens when you have way too much fun in South Korea and totally skip the sleep. I was like, I'm only gonna be here for 48 hours. Why bother like wasting how much time of that do I really want to waste on sleep? So the first night I think I only boxed off like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Last night I got back to my hotel and was like, you know what? As I was walking by, someone was like, you want to drink? And just like a group of guys. So I was like, yes, I'd like to drink. So I made some new friends, and that's always nice, right? So getting the opportunity to sit down, meet some new people, have some fun, but you arrive at the airport a little more tired than you expect, and here we are. But Molly, thank you so much for the 199 for coffee. I will be putting that into coffee. I've got some time before the flight, so maybe coffee, a nice little meal, just something to get my mind off of it. So that being said, that being said, this was the Korea trip, guys, and I did not expect to be doing another live stream today, but there were so many new people that I wanted to share this with you guys. I'd love to get this live stream out there. You guys know how to do that, so just help this beautiful live stream spread. It's going to be a shorter one than the other ones. This is not going to be a 1 hour live stream. We're just going to be hanging out for a little bit and chatting, but it's at a different time zone, the different time slot than the other live streams that I've done. So I was hoping maybe I could catch some people that I don't usually catch. Now, for anybody just joining in now who missed the story of how I messed up, I'm gonna leave this thing live on the channel afterwards, so you guys can go back and see that. But I'm gonna give a little bit of a recap of the time here in South Korea because it is my first time to come out to South Korea. Beatrice, thank you so much for the coffee and snack money. That will be going into snacks because I'm starting to get hungry, and as I said, the flight's in like an hour and a half. So coffee and snacks sounds absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. Mwah. So that is a little bit of a recap on the South Korea trip. So I got out here about 48 hours ago. Like the same day, earlier that day, I had received a phone call from Charla, who's living here in South Korea. And she's like, hey, do you have time to come out to South Korea? Some stuff canceled out. I've got time right now. And it just happened that I had time. This has actually happened a few times, but I didn't actually have time on the other days. Or the days that I did, she had a project going on, or she was busy, or something like that. So I took a last minute flight out to South Korea. I stayed in the cheapest, and I mean cheapest little Airbnb style hotel I have ever seen. Like I'm talking $29 a night. It was like two cubes just locked together with this tiny little bed. It was a lot of fun though. It gave me a space to sit and work, and I didn't really spend more than 10 hours there the entire trip in total anyway. So we Charlotte and I yesterday shot a video on like minor culture shocks and whatnot. And Abraham, thank you so much for the $2 for food. It is going straight into food. It's gonna go straight into my belly right after this live stream. And Ruby, thank you so much. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I hope that they don't take it away either. That would really break my heart. And HP Lover, thank you so much. Sending some love. Oh, this like smash that like button thing has become such a thing. I don't say it, but you know what? It does help the live stream spread a bit. So, anyways, yeah, Charlotte and I yesterday shot a vlog that we're gonna be doing like yesterday and today. Plus, we shot a video talking about some of the little minor like culture shocks coming from Japan to Korea. Because despite the two countries being this close, there are some things that are just so different between the two countries. Like, how many of you guys have been out to like Japan or South Korea? And Greg's gone. Greg and Charla are gone. So, yeah, I'd love to know how many of you have been out here. And since we're here, what I'm gonna do, as I said, I'm not gonna go a super long live stream on this one. Just gonna be a little short one to show some love and appreciation to all of you who have like joined us during this trip. It's been so exciting. The video, in case you haven't seen the video of me and Charla, like our first day in Korea, it is linked below, so feel free to check that out. But let's do a little bit of a Q&A, perhaps Korea specific Q&A. There may be even questions that I don't know how to answer or have the answer for, but If you guys want to ask questions about, me and Charla, the trip to Korea, any of that, drop it in there. We'll do a little bit of a Q&A right now before I deal with this baggage situation and try and get this all worked out. So there we are. 82 links and 82 likes and an instant let's go. Yes. All right. Favorite Korean snack. I have fallen in love with they've got these honey butter almonds and they're just spectacular and I have fallen in love with them. Can't stop eating them. How different is the customer service? Very different. They're very direct here. They're still very very polite. It's just everything's a lot snappier. They don't beat around the bush with stuff. So, what did you like the most while you were there? Just getting to spend time with Charlotte. I ate way too much food, probably consumed like 20, 30,000 calories. Might be getting fat. We'll fix that as soon as I get back. Ah, Shatana, thank you so much. In case you need new batteries, yes. Fingers crossed that they do not take the drone or the batteries, and then I'm able to get it out of the suitcase. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, Q&A. Is the cheese better in Japan or Korea? I didn't have enough cheese here to really be able to answer, but I liked cheese in Korea. So, how did you meet Charla? Charla and I, for those of you who don't know, we met over 15 years ago while we were both searching for visas to come to Japan. We were searching an online forum and we kind of met on there, exchanging like visa and work information and everything. And we stayed in touch throughout the years, just kind of talking about our Japan experience, but we were always in different countries at, at the same, like I'd go to Japan and she'd be back in Canada. She'd come to Japan and I'd go back to Canada and back and forth. And then finally we met face to face, I'd say 5, 6 years ago, and it took forever. So what do you like, Seoul or Tokyo? I'm a Tokyo boy through and through. Seoul is beautiful. It's a great place to visit. I think it's a really great place to live, but my heart is in Tokyo. The shamisen and all that. So my hands are like flailing around, like it's like reminds me of what's it called? Kermit the Frog. So yeah. All right. What other questions have we? And it's not a question about Korea, but I'm going to Japan tomorrow. I'm wondering. I'd love to do a fan meetup this month. Until the end of this month is absolutely insane because I've got a huge release coming up at the end of this month, and I've basically got to put the next 2 weeks into that. As soon as I get back, I'm gonna have to jump on another flight to go somewhere else, and I'm gonna be taking you guys with me. This is really exciting. It's a place in Japan that I've never been, so in the next 2 to 3 weeks, squeezing in a fan meetup. I don't even know when I'll be in Tokyo, so I can't promise anything. Sorry. Is the fashion different here? Yes, the fashion is very very different here. It's a little, I wouldn't say over the top. It's a little more brass. It's a little more outgoing. I like it. Da, 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 da. All right. How is it with drone batteries and the TSA traveling out of Japan? Just if you need to carry it in your checked luggage, just always check the drone restrictions and regulations for your airport. Is it as crowded there as in Tokyo? Some areas, yes. Sometimes, no. Sometimes it's just dead quiet. We went to a cafe this morning and we were the only people there until we left. You'll never find that in Tokyo. Finding a quiet cafe is absolutely impossible. Which public transportation system did you use? I use a lot of the trains while in Seoul, and then to and from the airport, I use the buses. Woo! Do you see yourself living in another country you've never lived before? The future is wide open. I have no idea. At the moment, I have my home in Japan and my life in Japan. I don't know if I'll ever be anywhere else, but I might eventually. Who knows? So, is Korea cheaper than Japan? Public transportation here is wildly cheap. I was so surprised at how cheap the public transportation here is. It's like half the price of Japan. I could not believe it. Do they have loads of 7-Elevens and Family Mart? 7-Elevens, yes. I didn't see any Family Mart, but they do have their own convenience stores as well. Is it more expensive to live in Japan or Canada? Depends on whether you live in the city or the countryside. Living in the countryside in either can be cheap. Living in the city in either can be expensive. But Tokyo can be an expensive place. I think Toronto is expensive too. Like they have like $10 million apartments in Toronto now. So that's insanity. And hello from Abbotsford, BC. Hello. What is the first thing you would do the next time you visit Seoul? I want to go to the more traditional places. This time it was like city, 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 youth culture. Really like Charlotte wanted to show me the high impact Seoul. I want to check out, I want to see the difference between the traditional side of Japan and the traditional side of Korea and see what similarities they hold in. I love the culture of it. I'm a huge, I wouldn't say culture buff, but it's just something that really pulls me in. So, what is your opinion of Korean beer versus other nations? I don't know. I come from Canada where the beer is like notoriously strong. I had like 4 beers last night and I was just like wandering along, and that was after like being awake for nearly 48 hours. So I don't feel the beer here was super strong, but it was good. I enjoyed the taste. So trying to keep up with these these questions coming in here. Was there something you did not enjoy, such as the type of food? I actually enjoyed everything. There wasn't anything during this trip that I didn't enjoy, other than this whole situation with having to wait to get my bags back to see if they took stuff away. So, uh, loved your video. For those of you struggling, it was perfect. Thank you so much. Actually, that might be one of my top 3 favorite pieces of content that I've put out in the last while. And that video just kind of, it came together for a couple reasons, but it was one that I really felt that people would enjoy and get something from. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Does Korea have its own version of the 100 yen shop? I didn't see it. I did see Daiso, which is a 100 yen shop from Japan, but Daiso, is it from Japan? I don't know if it's from Japan, but it's a 100 yen shop that's prevalent in Japan, and it's not everything's like a dollar. So, uh, do you know if the pocket Wi-Fi that you use is available in California? I am not sure. The pocket Wi-Fi that I use is from a company called iVideo. They do have a website, which afterwards I'll link below, but they have provided me with a Wi-Fi router for my trip here to Korea, so that's just spectacular. And that's one of the reasons we've been able to do these live streams, is because iVideo gave me that pocket Wi-Fi router. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it. But check the website. Just maybe Google iVideo, or check out the Japan Wi-Fi video that I did and click the link there, because I think you get a discount if you use my code. So, yay. Would you go to Busan, South Korea? Absolutely, but if I was going to Busan, I would want to take the boat. There's a boat connected from a place I used to live named Shimonoseki out to Busan in South Korea. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, I definitely want to go. And trying to keep up with these here. Eat the spiciest food there, like kimchi. Kimchi wasn't that spicy. I know there's spicier stuff. What do you think about the Airbnb situation in Japan? I covered that one pretty heavily in Charlotte's live stream yesterday, so potentially check that out. I'm kind of heartbroken by it, but I've got some comments coming up on that in a video that I'll be doing for next week. So, did you have fun in Korea? Of course I had fun in Korea. What other country would you like to visit? Okay, I have a list for this year of countries that I want to visit. I just kind of need some way to put the funds together, and I would love to do a meetup in every single place. So on my list for the next year or so, if possible, is Australia. I definitely want to do California. I really want to get out to like Germany and Poland, in that area. And I've got a short list of others, but I don't want to be too ambitious within the year. I'll be lucky if I box off one of those within the year. So, trying to keep up on the questions here. Uh-oh, what did you do, Norm? Hey, Rachel. Yeah, I mentioned what I did at the beginning of this video. So when this wraps up, feel free to go back to the beginning and check it out. This is going to be a pretty short live stream. I'm going to try and keep it under 30 minutes for this one. Is there a dagashi counterpart there? Yeah, there is. There's like Korean style dagashi here. I didn't get any. I wanted to save something for next time that I can really look forward to doing. Have you tried kimchi? Yes, I eat kimchi almost daily. You can get it in Japan too, so there's always some kimchi in my fridge because I love it. Wait, you lived in Shimonoseki? Yeah, just a short time, maybe a month or two, living in Shimonoseki back in 2005. Shimonoseki is at the very bottom tip of the main island of Honshu in Japan. So, any festivals or events that you know of in Tokyo in the next 2 weeks? Off the top of my head, no, but there definitely are. Festival season is happening heavy right now. Tokyo Cheapo is really good for sharing that stuff, or there's like Tokyo Weekender and sites like that. And I am because of you, I started learning Japanese. So if I dedicate myself right now, how much time do I need to learn it? Depends on how deeply you want to learn Japanese, but there's this set of videos called Let's Learn Japanese. I think you can find them on YouTube. They're back from I think the 80s. They're made by the Japan Foundation. If you watch like the full set 1 and set 2 60 videos, you will be somewhat conversational. Philippines, absolutely yes. I would love to go to the Philippines. It's beautiful. Bali, oh, I would love to go to Bali. Come to Vancouver, BC. Yes, I would love to go to Vancouver, BC. Can you make one video about sensitive topic? Why do Japanese don't hate us? Yeah, I'm not adverse to doing videos on sensitive topics, but there are some YouTubers who go really, really, really deep on these topics, and I respect their approaches. If I'm going to be doing a video on a super deep topic, like something really heavy and historical or racial like that, I want to approach it more of a documentary style and get the research done. Like, one of my buddies, Greg, who runs a channel called Life Where I'm From, did a beautiful video on working in Japan, and he put so much effort into that video, interviews and everything. And I don't want to go anywhere like below a level like that because I have so much respect for the work that Greg put into that video. We were just talking about it the other day over lunch, and it was just spectacular how much work he put into that video. So, and yeah, to everybody who's just joining live now and is just catching up, thank you so much for being here. The like button really helps the live get like promoted out there, and it helps us get more of a group going here. So don't be shy with that. I would love it if you guys would hit that. It puts a smile on my face. Moving on, stop talking about the like button. I like you guys. So yeah, Life Where I'm From does a lot of really nice stuff. Have you been to England at all? Surprisingly, no, and I should go because my grandfather is from England. So, yeah. Do you love Pokemon like Charla? I don't play Pokemon Go as much as Charla, but in my suitcase, there's a pair of Pikachu pajamas, and should I show this? I don't know if I can show it without like giving away the. I'm gonna show you guys my credit card. There we go. That's my credit card. So yeah, I like Pokemon. All right, should come to Miami. Absolutely love to go to Miami. And you mentioned liking anime mangas. Yes. Yeah, my little brother's a huge anime fan. I like the big main stuff. Like I've watched Dragon Ball Z, of course. Naruto is big for me because the shamisen music in Naruto is done by my teacher, the Yoshida brothers. So that's fantastic. Majestic 8 Ball, good to see you, man. I can personally say to you now, thank you for always being part of it. So hello, hello. Uh, how good it must be me to be bored in an airport and just start a live stream to pass the time. I don't know if I'm just starting it to pass the time. I actually really wanted to just share this story with you guys, hang out with you, and send some love to everybody who's joined the channel recently because I'm just so happy to have you. This week is going to be full of adventure. The end of this month is going to be a like really big release. I wish I could just tell you guys what it is right now, but I want to put the effort into the video so you guys can be like, wow, that's great. The end of this month and July on is going to be really, really, really fun. So, who's your favorite Naruto character? Oh, it's a toss-up between Rock Lee and Sasuke, but Rock Lee, like, come on, the hard work. I gotta respect the hard work of Rock Lee. So, come out to Arkansas. Yes, I will go like anywhere that I can, really. Uh, what else we have? Have you been to Nakano Broadway in Japan? Yeah, I have. If you look at my Instagram photos, there's actually a beautiful photo that I got from a rooftop that overlooks Nakano Broadway and shows all the colors and everything from the area. It's just spectacular. So, do you like natto? I can eat it. I just never buy it myself. So, how are you? Yay! How's it going, man? What software do you use for video editing? I typically stick to Premiere Pro. Ramen or kimchi? You can't choose between those two. You're gonna put some kimchi in the ramen. Those are totally different foods. So, loved your live streams from Korea with Charlotte. Yeah, I actually really enjoyed just being here with Charlotte. We've been waiting, trying to get this going for months and months now. What was the first DSLR you ever owned? It was a Canon 60D. It didn't have any like video, audio, autofocus, and the noise on the sensor was incredible. Hello from Ohio. Hello back to you. Dinosaurs? There's a dinosaur emoji? Okay, that's Zellini. That's my new emoji, the dinosaur emoji. All right. Sushi or ramen? That's. I can't. What? These are really hard choices. If I had to just choose one off the top of my head, sushi, but probably ramen. So. And Soren, norm exposed. Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt. I'm not exposed. All right, thank you. So, what is the craziest thing you've ever eaten in Japan? I don't know what. I don't even know what's crazy anymore. It's all become so normal to me. And just got here. What mistake did you make? This live stream might even wrap up pretty soon. The mistake is at the beginning, so I'll leave it up so that you guys can go back and watch it. It was a kind of crappy mistake. Tokyo Drew, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Most memorable moment in Korea. Oh my goodness. Most memorable moment in Korea. Most memorable moment of this year. It was putting money into the vending machine, not vending machine, the ticket machine to charge my card and having it just spit it back out and like go flying onto the floor. It was insane. So, all right, Swedish Fish or Sour Patch Kids? It used to be a 100% hands down Sour Patch Kids, no competition. I like both, but lately it's kind of Swedish Fish. So, you know what, guys? I'm getting really hungry here, and I think it might be time to get food because they're going to be coming to the gate soon. So I'm gonna have to get my baggage from them and see if I'll be able to get the drone and the batteries out of there, or if they've just taken it away. And that's like it's like $1,000 gone right there. But c'est la vie. That's it's an amateur mistake. As I said, purely amateur. Who makes a mistake like that? Especially someone who travels. So I'm gonna stick around for about another minute or two, wrap this up with you guys, give a little bit of appreciation and love for all of you who have joined these live streams. I have really spectacularly enjoyed having you here. This has been a lot of video content in like the last 48 hours. So for all of you who have actually taken the time to consume all of this content and spend all of this time with us, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I can't say thank you enough. I could say thank you 1,000 times right now. I've enjoyed spending this time with you. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it too. I'm going to be catching up on comments over the next like 24, 48 hours. So if you guys are like, hey, why has this guy not replied to any comments lately? It's just I've been living life. I've been shooting videos and doing live streams. So guys, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. If you're just catching the live stream now, go back to the beginning, find out how I messed up. And yeah, I will see you guys again real soon. So thank you.